adapts and changes a bit, INEC is also adapting. So, no, I've been very impressed with the Nigerian people and what I've seen so far. I've seen the same press reports you have about conditions in places like rivers and so on. I don't know if they're true, but I'm sure INEC and the government are responding very quickly to those reports.
So while Nigerians may be having a dim view of the electoral process and its challenges, well, somebody else is choosing to look at the bright side of it, and that's the United States ambassador to Nigeria, James Entwistle, who did say that well, that was the richness of the democratic process. But before we now talk about the reactions of the United States ambassador to Nigeria, I also understand that the governor of Abia State, Theordore Orji, is also standing by.
All I know is that, you see, there are two deficiencies that we have discovered. First, the machines, most of them were not working. Secondly, the materials came extremely late, and they were mixed up in the materials. I think, and the time, look at the time. Look at the time, we're supposed to start voting by 1 o'clock, but right now it's 4:15, and the electors have been very, very patient to vote for the candidate of their choice. So I commend them, all of them who are here. So, but you as journalists, I leave this job for you to do your assessment right and tell the world what you have said.
Well, then, that was the governor of Abia State. We've had reactions from governors about their own experiences. But then, I think before we get to the next governor, because I understand we also have the governor of Kogi State. But then, before we get back to the governor of Kogi State, I did say that the United States ambassador to Nigeria, James Entwistle, chose to look at the brighter side of the electoral process and its flaws. First of all, he referred to the patience of the Nigerian voter, and of course he now talked about the richness of the democratic process. I mean, shouldn't we be looking at the brighter side of things? I mean, since it's a new experiment.
Unfortunately, I beg to disagree with the man. The same cup that you are looking at and you are saying is half empty, another man will look at it and tell you it's half filled, okay? The people you see waiting, they are not patiently waiting. They are impatiently waiting because he said that they want a change or they badly want continuity. That's why they're like, heaven or hell, we're going to be here and we must vote and make our votes count. Okay? As I said earlier on, voter party has set in, and all of these things, the combination of if we take it from misgovernance that we've experienced, come back to the mistrust between the government and the people, and the dislocation between the governed and the government. When you look at all of them globally, you will understand why people are saying, come shine, come rain, we're going to be here, we want to vote, and our votes must be made to count. He's looking at it from using his own country, okay, as an experience. In 1991, I was in an Asian country as a student, and between Monday and Friday that week, they removed the president, brought in another one, and removed him and brought another one.
That very day?
Yeah, within 1 week. It did not disrupt anything. People were going to work and they were voting. It didn't disrupt school or anything. Life was flowing. There was no inertia anywhere. And that is exactly where INEC, or whatever name you want to call it, should begin to move Nigerians when it comes to election.
But let me just ask you this question. Are you saying, given where we're coming from and where we are now, you're not even prepared to give Professor Jega and INEC the benefit of the doubt, especially given the fact that he has given us numbers that indicate that the places where these problems actually occurred are small. compared to sort of the places where everything
But
took
that,
place.
but that they're small. Does that make it?
When you say small,
Does
how
that make it less?
small is
Does that make it
small?
less important?
Exactly.
No. The question
Yeah,
I'm asking him is this for me. That's why I'm asking.
as
Is
far
he
as I'm
saying that
concerned.
it doesn't really matter how tiny the problem is, and what he's expecting is 100% perfection?
As far as I'm concerned, if I'm the employer of Professor Jiga, it may not get the salary for this month.
Okay, well, that's
Right.
very, very strict.
Yeah.
But then, of course, yes, we'll take you up on that too. But I understand our correspondent in Kano, Idris Jibrin, is also standing by to give us an update on the situation in the northwest Nigerian state. Hello, Idris. Hello, Idris.
Yeah, I can hear you, Charles.
Okay, good morning, Idris, and thanks so much for joining us. What is it like in Kano at this moment? And maybe you could also give us an update on how voting ended yesterday, if it ended at all, and what the situation is like right now.
Well, Charles, yesterday, just like other states of the Federation, the voting ended up successfully yesterday, but not in all the polling stations across the 44 local governments in the state, as there were many polling stations that could not finish their voting unless today they are going to continue. However, note that the voting ended, the many polling stations within the metropolis, the counting actually concluded late in the evening yesterday. In fact, as of 8 o'clock yesterday, there were many polling stations that have completed counting of their votes. And so far, we have not heard of any violent cases within the commercial city of Kano, unless some minor cases, which we had that senior special assistant to President Goodluck Jonathan on school agriculture, Baraka Sani, was attacked in her ward while attempting to cast her vote. But nothing happened to the senior special assistant, but few people were injured with the family intervention by the security operatives, which eventually brought the situation under control. But basically, the election was conducted peacefully in Kano, and votes have actually started counting the votes in most polling stations.
What were the peculiar challenges that were experienced? Because the picture that you have painted so far is that everything went on relatively smoothly, maybe with a few pockets of probably disorder in one place or the other. But then elsewhere, we had experiences of card readers failing and then late arrival of electoral materials. Did you have such experiences in Kano?
Well, Chuck, you know, this is a problem that might happen everywhere. Like in Kano, there are, however, places where the material did not actually arrive in time. Like in Dendo, Albata, where the Emir of Kano, Muhammad Yunus II, cast his vote, the polling station there, people actually complained that the accreditation exercise could not start until around 11:30. But there, we met with the INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner, who actually pleaded with people to exercise patience that since the electoral materials were now there, voting will continue. And this is one of the places that their voting will continue up to tomorrow. Now, on the issue of card reader, there are places where the card reader failed to accept the voters' thumbprint. But in Kano, what I see is that most of these cases, the electoral officers used to ask the people to go and wash their hands and then come back after some few seconds or some few minutes. Then the card reader accepts For women, they have used to ask them to apply powder on their fingers, and after some few